So let me introduce myself to everybody again. I'm Anita Finley. Of course, you see me as the host of the Zoomer Times TV shows that Boomer Times does. And of course, we've had authors, we've had celebrities, and we've had people from the community. And today we have two very special guests. At the Imperial Club in Aventura is a lovely, gorgeous place for the senior adults. And if you haven't been there, you need to go there. But by the time we talk with our two guests, our activities director, who is Marsha Lawson, and our director of nursing, which is Kenya Hamilton. I know you're both very busy, and so we're excited that you're going to do this with us. So let me start off and just welcome you and tell you that in these days now with COVID, your responsibilities are even greater, but you have smiles on your face, so you must be happy there.
Absolutely, indeed.
Yes, we are.
Well, and let's just say that the lady with the mask is our director of nursing, and our activities director, Marsha, is certainly the activities director, and she keeps everything moving along, as I say. So why don't we start with you a minute, Marsha, and talk about when you have all these senior adults, these elders, and I don't know how many apartments exactly are there. I know there are over 100, aren't there?
Yes, there are just over 200 suites here at Imperial, and each suite is able to accommodate either one and sometimes two people. So there are couples that are here down here with us at Aventura Imperial.
Right. It's a big responsibility to be the activities director because they look to you. You know, they could stay in their house, but the reason they don't is they come to a wonderful community like this so they could be entertained and taken care of and fed. And so why don't you go through a little bit of it? If someone comes there and says, hello, I'm interested in doing something at the Imperial Club, what are you going to help me with?
Well, there's so much going on, Anita. It's hard to list everything. So what I'll do is just give you a rundown of a few of the things that are really, really popular here. We have a pool here at Imperial Club, which means we have a pool patio. And that's a place where we can get together, of course, reasonably socially distant, of course, in these difficult and interesting times. It's our top priority to keep everyone safe and socially distant. So what we do is we set up the chairs on the pool patio, socially distant. And what I do is choose a theme. So we started with the Beatles. We did a little rock and roll one time. We did Motown, and we just listened to some fabulous music. There's not a lot of partying going on, but we certainly do have a good time listening to our music out on the pool patio. It gives our residents a chance to get out and not just get fresh air, but also to enjoy a bunch of music and be in the company of their peers as well, which is good for social interaction. So that's one thing that I pay attention to a lot. Also, I'll do virtual trivia with the with the residents. And that involves me pre-recording myself on video and asking a lot of questions, giving the residents some sheets to write down their answers. And then 20 minutes later, I'll post the pre-recorded answers. And they've had a lot of fun with that. I've had quite a few residents come down and say, we got it, we got this, or we got that. And I didn't know this question, or I didn't know that. So that's a way to get people who may not be able to be as mobile to come out of their suites, or maybe they're just a little bit reticent. They're a little bit nervous. They say, I don't want to come out. Okay, we've got something for you in your suites as well. So that's what we do in our suites. We also have out of the suites. I have a room where we also do crafts, and crafts is a very popular activity here. So what I do is set the tables up, very socially distanced, of course, and we get gloves, and then we get craftsy. So we've been able to make quite a few lovely things. We had an autumn door hanger. We've also have beading. The ladies like to make jewelry, and a couple of gentlemen also do like to make jewelry as well. So those are three of our top things. If I ran everything down, we'd be here for the entire day. So
well, that's good. Well, we're going to just, I think, and that's wonderful. It gives us the feeling of what's going on. I have a lot of questions, but I want to get to Kenya Hamilton, who I know has a lot of responsibilities. Director of Nursing with 200 apartments is enormous. And so how are you feeling nowadays, Kenya? Can you manage this?
Well, I only manage 51 beds. The assisted living is limited to, our capacity is 51 beds. So we have
Okay,
assisted living and then we have independent living.
right. And they're on different floors?
Yes, our assisted living is the 3rd, 4th, and the 5th floor.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. You're in the nursing business. Was this something your mother told you you might want to do? How did this all start with you, Kenya?
My mom.
It always does. Is she around today?
Yes, she is.
Oh, she must be so proud of you.
Yes, she is. I'm originally from Texas. I've been in Florida about 27 years.
Wow.
So I moved her recently here about 5 years ago.
Great. Oh, that's lovely to have your mom with you. Well, let me go to some of you call them patients or they're residents? What do we call residents?
We say
So the
residents,
residents, yeah, the residents, right. So let me just ask you about the residents a minute, Kenya. Are they people then who come in and let's go the independent? Let's say they're not feeling well one day. Do they come and find you?
Because of COVID, we've had go and check on residents in independent living because of the little, now they're able to go out and go to doctor's appointments. If there's an emergency, I go and see them.
But you're there, and that's a comfort for them, isn't it? Because you
Yeah.
know, you sound sweet, and that's what's important. So it's the same thing with you, Marsha, because you know, you have to, if you're going to be dealing with residents and they look to you because other than food, what is there? You know, there's activities otherwise. And so you
Oh,
I was going to ask you when you were talking, Marsha, about out at the pool, I'll bet when the music plays, some of them get up and try to dance.
Oh, yes, we have our dancers. We have our toe tappers as well. And I try to choose as many different types of themes. We also had a classical theme that was very popular, and people were like, so maybe not so much wiggling and toe tapping, but definitely something to intrigue the mind and also engage socially. But yes, it's a lot of fun to figure out how to do the activities in this time. And I think that being outside has been a wonderful thing. It's been a blessing for me to be able to invite them outdoors. Also, doing things in the activity room, keeping things socially distant. It gives them a peace of mind to see that when they walk into the activities room and even around the facilities, that the furniture has been accommodated for them. It's already preset that it's 6 feet apart. So all they have to do is sit down and rest. They don't have to think, oh, am I sitting too close to Barbara? Oh, is Esther too near to me? No, they can just come in, sit, enjoy themselves, and have a good time. I know that a lot of people are, thanking me and thanking the rest of the staff for putting forward the effort. And also, as far as I know, and I'll check this with Kenya, but we haven't had any cases.
Oh,
not one case in our facility.
That's fantastic.
So,
this is Marsha Lawson. And Marsha, this is the number you want to call. You need to set up an appointment. And if you call, you'll be able to get a tour and you'll see both of them. I don't know if you'll get to see Kenya because she's busy with her nursing, but you will definitely get to see Marsha. The phone number, write this down. Remember, you need to take a pencil for Zoomer Times. It's 305-935-1801. Again, 305-935-1801. My guests are Marsha Lawson, who is the activities director, and of course, Kenya Hamilton, and this is the Imperial Club in Aventura. Now, if you want to get on their website, and you'll see a lot, it's imperial-living.com. Well, I want you to continue a minute because I bet when you were going to school, Marsha, you were a cheerleader. I can just see it in you.
No,
Right?
I wasn't.
She was
that
a cheerleader.
lucky.
What?
No, I wasn't that lucky. I didn't make the cheer squad. More so that I was actually playing the sports. It was demanded of me as a kid, you know, instead of being on the sidelines, get involved. And I think that's exactly why I'm so involved. I like to jump in and get things done. And I'm a mover and a shaker around here, as Kenya knows. I'm always coming up to them going, what ideas do you have? What can we do for the residents? And we had a fabulous, I've been meaning to plug this, but we had a fabulous event where we did a blood pressure check and the nurses came down. We did a socially distant, once again, as I mentioned, you know, make sure the furniture is pushed 6 feet away from each other so that they could come down and sit. And then they were escorted individually into the next room, had a nice blood pressure reading with Kenya and one of our other nurses. And we kept them in just for a few minutes, got them read, and then escorted them out. So it gave them a chance to get out of their suites, do a little bit of a health check in with the nurses, get a little chat in, and then, of course, go back up to their suites with their blood pressure written down. And it was a fabulous event. So I'm always
very
thinking
clever,
like
Marsha, very clever to do something like that because, you know, then everybody can say, well, what was your blood pressure? Mine's doing so well and everything, right? That was very smart of you. Sounds like you've got this whole thing put together. So my next question is going to be about the residents making friends, because that's why they come there. Tell me about how that happens.
Well, you've got to get out of your suite. It's a good thing to get out of your suite and get to a lot of the activities. And the way that I get the activities information to each resident is through a calendar. I do post on the shared channel. We have a shared channel, which is a part of one of our amenities, which is included cable. It's a basic cable package, but it does include, I believe, up to about 70 channels. So you get a good amount. Yeah. If you don't want to pay for additional cable. You also get our shared channel where I post the activities for the entire week. Now, if you're not a TV person, you don't want to get everything on the screen, you can come down to the front desk and all of the activities of the day are posted on the front desk as well.
And I'm thinking that you could actually take this Zoom and put it on your TV for the residents, right?
I probably could.
Yes, you could do that. Well, we'll send this to you so you could do that so they know how great you are.
Oh, that would be sweet.
Now let me talk to Kenya a minute because Kenya, I want to talk about nursing. It's so important. So there are people who come and they have to take certain medications and they don't remember, they don't know what they're supposed to do. Is that where you come in?
Yes, we offer med management here. So you come in, we get a list of medications from your doctor, exactly what you're taking, the times that you're supposed to take it, and then our staff administers the medication to you.
I mean, that's so important because that's one of the things that we find. You know, you don't know this, but I'm a gerontologist. And when I was studying gerontology, I know that was the problem that, sure, that's all prescribed, but then if they don't take it and they're not getting better, the doctor doesn't understand why, right?
Why, yeah.
So when you went to school, you could have done anything, but you like being at a community like this rather than in a hospital?
Yes, I've done senior communities for over 20 years.
Really?
Yes.
You don't look that old.
Thank you.
That started when she was 1.
But you know, working with people like Marsha, I'm sure when Marsha's doing activities and she sees someone doesn't seem to be doing so well, she probably gets in touch with you for you to get involved, doesn't she?
Always. We have amazing staff here.
So you work together. That's really important. And tell me about nutrition, because that's all part of nursing, really, even though I know Marsha gets them to the, when they could sit down. I don't know if they can now sit down in the dining room together, even if they're spaced, but do you help them with the kind of food that they should be eating and look at that with Marsha also?
We have a chef here, and he knows everybody's menu and exactly what type of diet they're supposed to be on. So the chef here, Walters, he's amazing. The food here is wonderful.
Well, we'll have to get the chef on one time, Marsha and Kenya, because he probably doesn't get much attention, and we can do that for him, and he can talk about some of the food. But it's funny because I've dealt with a lot of senior communities when my mother was living, and she was at one. And boy, coming close to 12 o'clock or 5 o'clock, they're all waiting. That's what they can tell time by the food, right?
Right.
And that's their socialization. So now, Marsha, let me ask you. So socialization, I know they're eating their meals in their homes, their apartments. Are
Yes.
your dining rooms open yet?
No, the dining rooms unfortunately have not been able to open due to having to socially distance and also sanitize in between, fully
Right.
sanitize in between each seating.
Yeah.
It would take quite a long time in order to do a full dining setup. So
No, you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing.
absolutely, but that doesn't stop us from sending up some special things, and we've had some fun things sent up. As an example, we had a National Vanilla Cupcake Day. I think it was last Tuesday. Yes, we pay attention to those national holidays, and we sent up vanilla cupcakes as a special during lunchtime, and boy, were people excited. So we also had what else? Oh, Mickey and Minnie Mouse's birthday was Wednesday. We sent up special Mickey and Minnie Mouse birthday cake for the residents. So those are just a couple of touches that we like to add, a special dessert for a special national holiday, things of that nature to just kind of keep them on their toes, because they're able to order from a menu and then make sure that they send that down to the kitchen, and the dining staff will take care of all of their orders. But maybe a little something extra is always a nice surprise. So, and it's of course a part of one of our amenities, 3 meals each day, along with, basic cable. We have full 24-hour maintenance and full 24-hour front desk staff. So they've got a lot going for them. In addition to the meals and the meal times, we've got it going on over here at Imperial.
It's absolutely wonderful. I know people are going to want to go, and this is a phone number to call. Ask for a tour, and you can actually ask for Marsha, but there is and I'm sure you have someone who's there that will help them also if you're not available. But yeah. I'm going to let you say, let me just give the phone number. Let me give the phone number. Everyone get your pencils out. It's 305-935-1801. 305-935-1801. And if you want to get on their website, you go to imperial-living.com. And my guests are Marsha Lawson, who is just, you can't, she's great. She wants to jump up and down. I love this. And also to Kenya Hamilton, who's the director of nursing. I love this, Marsha. At first they didn't know about my asking questions. And I know once I saw you, I said, I don't have to say anything. She's going to do it. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Well, the person that you'll get a quick tour with is actually going to be Mark. He's our on-site salesperson, and he's going to be able to take you around and show you, of course, the pool, also a model apartment, and of course, all of the grounds as well as the dining room. Of course, when we are able to open up, that will be one of the amenities that we'll be taking advantage of. One of the other things that we're waiting on is, of course, our transportation service. We've had to suspend that, but it's just for this interesting time. But once we are able to restart our transportation, then we'll be going back out to have some adventures. Now, I'm not exactly sure where, but we will be able to get off the grounds at some point. So that's another thing to look forward to.
Very
But yes.
important. Have you been there very long, Marsha? You seem to know so much about everything here.
Oh, I jumped in at on August 24th, I believe. So I've been here just a few months, but I've jumped in with both feet and
Wow,
have been
you are amazing woman.
grabbing the
so
bull
I'm-
by the horns, Anita.
Right. Yeah, well, you are. I mean, I talk to a lot of activities directors, but you're very special, I have to tell you. So you, and I know the big thing with people are birthdays. Talk about what you do.
Oh, yes, that is actually happening tomorrow. So we have a monthly birthday gathering that will be happening on the pool patio tomorrow as per, we need to, of course, properly socially distance, and it's better to be outdoors as well. Also, our dining staff, they are rock stars. They know when your birthday is and they're gonna celebrate it. So we always have a special little tiny cake, specially decorated for our residents, and they sing their hearts out for you. They give you the best happy birthday song you ever hear. I heard it and I thought, my goodness, I couldn't do better. So they always chase you down. They always make sure that your birthday is celebrated. So yes,
it's so important. I'm glad that, I'm glad you do it. And so you do it once a month. That's the only way, of course, because you can't do it every day. And so tell me.
Actually, I do the once a month party, but the dining room staff does it on each resident's birthday.
Oh, really? Well, I want to go back to how you said they order. Isn't it a set meal plan, or they can order whatever they want? That doesn't usually happen. How can they order?
Usually they can order, they have a few choices.
Right.
And they're each given a sheet of paper, and then what they could do is circle the choice of the day. Now, I believe that there are a couple of things that are always available. Like you can always order a hot dog or a hamburger. That's one thing. But usually it's a choice between, say, chicken or pasta or beef or something like that, and they can circle what they prefer and then send it back down to the kitchen. So
okay, so now Thanksgiving's coming. Thanksgiving is coming. What is going to happen there? You're going to bring in a live turkey? It's like you to go find a turkey.
I wish I could. I know. I wish I could bring in a live turkey. No, we're going to have, of course, our outdoor patio space specially decorated. And we will have some music by the pool again. It's just going to happen in the evening time. We'll have a nice light refreshment and just enjoy the outdoors and some beautiful lighting. I think the lighting is really going to impress the residents. And we'll just have a bit of music and have a little bit of fun.
So are the residents' families able to come at this point yet?
Now that is a restricted visit. We do try to not discourage, but we do have a few family visits. We do have to follow state guidelines that the residents can only have 2 family members over the age of 18 come to visit. We do allow them to visit on the pool patio as it is safest to be outside. And everyone is, of course.
Can they also go out? Can the residents go out now if they have a mask and then still come back in or not?
Now, I believe that we can allow them to go out and come back in with a mask. That's
okay. And you take their temperature. I'm going to ask that of Kenya. Kenya, about taking temperature. Do you take temperature of your residents all the time? How do you do that?
We have a computer system for our medications, and we take temperatures each shift. So it's 3 times a day we take residents' temperatures.
Really? Oh, that's wonderful that you do that. And it used to be in the mouth, remember? I mean, even years ago it was somewhere else, but now it's in the mouth, but now it's not in the mouth. It's just one of these things you put on your forehead, right?
Yes, it's an infrared.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think at one point it used to be in the ear for kids, but now it's on the forehead, I think.
Yes.
So, Kenya, well, I have you, I'm going to just do this. It's not about actually your organization, about Imperial Club, but I have something and I take my temperature every day, but it stays the same. Shouldn't it be doing different things? Do you think it needs a new battery or something? Sorry, I just had to ask you.
I would check. You should always check the battery.
Because we wouldn't stay the same all the time, would it? It's good. It's 96.3, but it shouldn't stay the same.
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over to CVS and get that checked. Thank you. So now that's it. I wanted to, I got some free advice, right?
Right.
So the other thing is, when you talk about nursing, I know that people don't really want to tell you. I mean, so let's say you have someone with high blood pressure. What do you then contact their doctor? Are you in charge of making sure that if something isn't right, you go and you talk to their doctor for them, or how do you do that?
Yes, we have an in-house doctor that comes to the facility every 2 weeks.
Oh,
Pianco is amazing. Leonard Pianco, he comes to our facility every 2 weeks, and if we have any issues or concerns, we're able to text his cell phone. Hey, this person isn't feeling well. What can you do?
that's terrific. See, that's so important. So what you're really saying, when people are staying home and they're not going to a senior community like yours, yeah, they may like to be at home where they know everything, but then they're lonesome if they live alone. They could fall. They could not be eating properly. I mean, we know all the things that can happen, but if they could just go to a place that's friendly, and it's obvious, you know, with someone like Marsha around, they better be friendly or she wouldn't allow it.
Me and Kenya. Kenya's a beautiful ball of energy too.
Yeah, right. I know. Well, of course, she has her mask on, but I'm sure that she does. But the thing is this, is that they really need protection. We all need protection, actually. I mean, I'm not a youngster, but just thinking about it now, one thing I haven't asked you, do you allow someone to bring in their pet?
Yes.
Ah, see, that's a good way. We have 2 minutes left. That's a good, important thing to talk about.
Absolutely. We are allowed to have pets on the facility. I don't know I haven't been given the maximum. I'm sure that it's not huge dogs, you know. If you have a Great Dane, you might not be able to bring it on.
No, we're talking about lap dogs, but they have a dog or they have a cat and they can keep it in their apartment as long as they can take care of it, and then they can have someone else help them and pay for it. I mean, at least you have that, because people don't want to leave their home and leave their pet.
Absolutely. We do have quite a few residents that have cats and small dogs. So yes, we do accommodate pets here.
Do you know, I've been in this business a long time, over 30 years, and there was a time when they would laugh, say, are you kidding? They can't bring their pets. And I said, well, they're going to be pretty lonesome without it. And I'm so glad that made a difference. Well, both of you have been extraordinary. I hope that we can maybe next time do another one. And maybe what you can do is even tour us around. You take your computer and walk around and we can see things. So I'm going to hold you to it. Okay, yeah, well, okay, well, we're going to do that. Maybe the next time we might even do it while you're with them at the pool. But thank you very much, both of you. And you're really a star, Marsha. Thanks a lot, everybody. Be sure to call for a tour, 305-935-1801. Thank you both. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Anita. Great to chat.
My pleasure. It was my great pleasure to have you on.